For example number 1, the position of a particle which moves along a straight line is defined by the relation x is equal to t raised to 3 minus 6t squared minus 15t plus 4t, where x is expressed in feet and t in seconds. Determine the time at which the velocity will be 0, the position and distance traveled by the particle at that time, the acceleration of the particle at that time, and the distance traveled by the particle from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. So for letter A, we will determine the time at which the velocity will be 0. So we have the motion equation here, which is x is equal to t raised to 3 minus 6t squared minus 15t plus 4t. So to be able to determine the velocity equation, we will just get the derivative of x with respect to time. So it would be equal to 3t squared minus 2 times 6, so 12t minus 15. And to get the acceleration equation, we will get the derivative of velocity with respect to time. So magiging 6t minus 12. So if the velocity will be equal to 0, what time na magiging 0 yung velocity? So to determine that, i-equate lang natin yung we have here equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. I-equate natin yung equation 2 into 0. Therefore, our time will be 5 seconds, and the other one is negative 1. So we will consider 5 seconds kasi wala namang negative na time, so we will consider the positive value. And then for letter B, we will determine the position and distance traveled by the particle at that time. So, i-equate lang natin yung, isa-substitute lang natin yung value ng t into 5 seconds into equation 1. So, magiging 5 raised to 3 minus 6, 5 squared minus 15 times 5 plus 40. So the position at time is equal to 5 seconds will be negative 60 feet, or 60 feet at the negative direction. Or 60 feet going to the negative direction. And then next is we will determine the distance traveled by the particle at that time. So meaning the distance from time is equal to 0 seconds to time is equal to 5 seconds. So equate na lang natin yung equation 1, yung time niya into 0. So the position at time 0 will be 40 feet. 40 feet to the positive direction. So the total distance traveled at time is equal to 5 seconds, or from time is equal to 0 to 5 seconds. So 40 minus negative 60, so it would be equal to 100 feet. So that is the total distance traveled from time is equal to 0 to time is equal to 5 seconds. Next item is the acceleration of the particle at that time. So the acceleration, we will just substitute t with 5 seconds. And for the last item, the distance traveled by the particle from time is equal to 4 seconds to 6 seconds. So for equation number 1, same pa rin, we will substitute the value of t with 4 seconds to determine the position of the particle. So 4 cubed minus 6 times 4 squared minus 15 times 4 plus 40. So the position of the particle at 4 second or at 4th second would be equal to negative 52 feet, or 52 feet to negative direction. We have here the position at the 5th second, which is 60 feet going to negative direction. So ang susunod natin gawin is to get the position at 6th second. So same, substitute natin yung equation 1, yung time niya into 6 seconds. So 6 raised to 3 minus 6 times 6 squared minus 15 times 6 plus 40. Therefore, the position at the 6th second would be equal to negative 50, or 50 feet going to negative direction. So at 4th second, it is located negative 52 feet. At 5th second, negative 60 feet. And at the 6th second, it is negative 50 feet. So we will try to plot it in a straight line para mas maintindihan natin. So we have here a negative 50, then negative 52, and then 60, negative 60. Yung negative 50 natin, it is at the 6th second. Negative 52, 4th second, and 60 is at 5th second. So let us start at time is equal to 4 seconds. So yan, papunta siya into 5 seconds, and then going to 6 seconds. So meaning at time is equal to 5 seconds, on which yung velocity natin is equal to 0, it turn right. So we have here 2 feet yung difference niya. Therefore, the total distance would be equal to 8 plus 8 feet plus 2 feet. So it is equal to 18 feet. So yun yung total distance na travel niya from the 4th second to the 6th second. For example number 2, the motion of a particle is defined by the relation x is equal to 1.5 t raised to 4 minus 30 t squared plus 5t plus 10, where x and t are expressed in meters and seconds respectively. Determine the position, the velocity, and the acceleration of the particle when time is equal to 4 seconds. So we have here the equation x is equal to 1.5 t raised to 4 minus 30 t squared plus 5t plus 10. We will determine the position at time is equal to 4 seconds, the velocity, and the acceleration. So to be able to get the velocity equation, we will get the derivative of x with respect to time. So 60 cubed minus 60t plus 5. And for the acceleration, the derivative of v with respect to time. So 18 t squared minus 60. And then it's very easy. We will substitute the value of t with 4 seconds. So for equation 1, to locate the position, substitute na lang natin yung t into 4 seconds with 4 seconds. 1.5 multiplied by 4 raised to 4 minus 30 of 4 squared plus 5 multiplied by 4 plus 10. So the position at time is equal to 4 seconds would be equal to 66 meters, or 66 going to the negative direction. Then for item number 2, the velocity at 4 seconds. So 6 multiplied by 4 raised to 3 minus 60 times 4 plus 5. So the velocity at the 4th second will be equal to 149 meter per second. And then the acceleration would be equal to 18 multiplied by 4 raised to 2 minus 60 so it is equal to 228 meter per second squared. For item number 3, the acceleration of a particle is directly proportional to the square of the time t. When t is equal to 0, the particle is at x is equal to 24 meters. Knowing that at time is equal to 6 seconds, x is equal to 96 meters, and velocity is equal to 18 meters per second. Express x and v in terms of t. So we have here the relationship of acceleration with respect to time. So they are directly proportional to the square of the time. So at t is equal to 0, x is equal to 24 meters, and at time is equal to 6 seconds, it is 96 meters, and the velocity is 18 meter per second. So to be able to convert it is equal to a certain constant multiplied by t squared. We will integrate the equation for acceleration para makuha natin yung velocity equation. Integrate. So at the velocity 18 at a certain v, and then yung time is 6, upper limit is t. So v minus 18 is equal to, ilabas natin yung k since it is a constant, and then the integral would be t raised to 3 divided by 3, upper limit of time, lower limit of 6. Therefore k, substitute natin, it is equal to t raised to 3 all over 3 minus 6 raised to 3. So 6 raised to 3 is equal to 216 divided by 3. Let us further simplify. So 18 plus, labas natin yung 1/3 k over 3 of t raised to 3 minus 216. And then to be able to get the x equation, we will integrate the value na nakuha natin or the equation na nakuha natin. So integrating 18 plus k over 3 multiplied by t raised to 3 minus 16 or minus 216 dx 18, and so we will integrate 24 the upper limit x, and then at the other side lower limit 0, and then upper limit would be t. So x minus 24, it is equal to 18 dt. So dinistribute ko lang, plus pwede nating ilabas yung k over 3 since it is a constant. So t raised to 3 minus 216. And it integrating the right part, so 18t plus k over 3 of t or t raised to 4 divided by 4 minus 216 multiplied by t. Then simplifying the equation, so 24 minus 18 or plus 18t plus t raised to 4 divided by 4 minus 216 t. So at time is equal to 6 seconds, we have x is equal to 96 and then velocity is 18 meters per second. So substitute lang natin yung value ng x with 96 and then time as 6 seconds para makuha natin yung value ng k. Or yung constant k natin. Therefore, our k would now be equal to, so further simplification lang ng equation para mas madali yung pagsosolve. So, 6 raised to 4. What is 6 raised to 4? So this is negative 972. So transpose negative 972 is equal multiplied by 3 is equal to k. Therefore, the value of k is equal to k is equal to 1 all over 9. Therefore, we can now proceed to the first equation na nakuha natin kanina for velocity. We will substitute k with 1 over 9. 1 over 9, t raised to 3 minus 16. So, labas natin yung 3 or yung 1/3. So for x, we will use the equation that we have a while ago for x. So 24 plus 18t plus yung k is 1 over 9 multiplied by 3. So t raised to 4 all over 4 minus 216 of t. Further simplification, x is equal to 24 plus 18t. So 1 all over 27 multiplied by 4. Minus 1 all over 27 of 216 t. 24 plus 18t. It is equal to t raised to 4 divided by 108, and then minus 116 divided by 27, so 8 minus 8t. Then x is equal to 24, or sige, t raised to 4 divided by 108 minus, or this is plus 10t plus 24. Therefore, this is our x equation with respect to time. And then this one, the v, it can be simplified, or it can be further simplified. So, simplify lang natin. Sorry, hindi ko napansin kanina. Subject to further simplification pa pala yung velocity natin. So, v is equal to 18 plus t raised to 3 over 27 minus 216 divided by 27. Therefore, t raised to 3 all over 27 plus 10. So this would be our equation for velocity. For number 4, a ball is tossed with a velocity of 10 meters per second directed vertically upward from a window located 20 meters above the ground. Knowing the acceleration of the ball is constant and equal to 9.81 meter per second squared downward, determine the velocity v and elevation y of the ball above the ground at any time, the highest elevation reached by the ball and the corresponding value of t, and the time when the ball will hit the ground and the corresponding velocity. So we have a building here. And a ball was tossed vertically upward 20 meters above the natural grade line, or in our floor line. So should I say origin? So we have here 20 meters from our specified NGL, or natural grade line. So the axis, so at point 8 or at point A, the velocity is equal to 10 meters per second, and then the acceleration is constant at negative 9.81 meter per second squared. So at point A, the time is equal to 0 kasi yun pa lang yung time na magsisimula to toss the ball upward. We will determine the velocity and the elevation of the ball above the ground at any time t. So the acceleration is negative 9.81. We will integrate acceleration. So integrating this one, negative 9.81 dt, and the lower limit here is 10, and the upper limit is at a certain v, and then it is equal to negative 9.81, lower limit of 0, upper limit at t. So integrating, v minus 10 is equal to negative 9.81 t. So simplify, v is equal to 10 minus 9.81 t. So we have now the equation for velocity with the respect to time. And then Next is kukunin natin yung x or the motion equation or the position. So integrating this one, a lower limit is 20, and then at a certain upper limit x, then lower limit here is 0, upper limit t. It is equal to x minus 20 is equal to yan 10t minus 9.81 of t squared divided by 2. Therefore, this is equal to x minus 20 is equal to 10t minus 4.905 squared. So, simplifying it further, 20 minus 10t minus 4.905 t squared. So, rewrite ko lang. So, for question letter B, the highest elevation reached by the ball and the corresponding value of t. So, y max. Kunin natin yung maximum y value. So, at this part, kung saan pabagsak na yung bola, it is where zero velocity is obtained. Therefore, yung equation natin for velocity would be equated with 0. So, 0 is equal to 10 minus 9.81 of t. Therefore, t is equal to Therefore, our t is equal to 1.019 seconds. And then the y max, using the equation x is equal to 20 plus 10t minus 4.905 t squared. So, correction lang. I used x kanina, so it is better if I use y kanina in solving the position equation, since it is directed along the y-axis. So di bale, parehas lang naman. But next time, i-reflect ko na sa inyo para uniform yung paggamit natin ng x and y. So for letter C, the time when the ball will hit the ground and the corresponding velocity. So, the time will hit the ground in which our y would now be equal to 0. So, what time will it be? So, equate lang natin yung y with 0 para ma-determine natin yung time. Therefore, our time is equal to 3.28 seconds. Na-neglect na natin yung negative 1.24 because we are talking about time. And then for the velocity, t is equal to 3.28 seconds. So 10 minus 9.81 of 3.28. The velocity is equal to v is equal to negative 22.18 seconds. So it is equal to negative 22.18 downward since pababa yung bola natin. So for problem number 5, the acceleration of a particle is defined by the relation a is equal to negative 8 meter per second square, knowing that x is equal to 20 meters when time is equal to 4 seconds, and x is equal to 4 meters when v is equal to 16 meters per second. Determine the time when the velocity is 0, and the velocity and the total distance traveled when time is equal to 11 seconds. So we have the relation between a is equal to negative 8 meters per second and the given. So x is equal to 20 meters when t is equal to 4 seconds, and x is equal to 4 when v is equal to 16 meters per second. So for item 1, the time when the velocity is 0. So para makakuha tayo ng velocity equation, we will integrate the acceleration with respect to time. So integrate natin, dv is equal to negative 8 of dt. So it is equal to v is equal to negative 8 t plus a certain constant c. And then to be able to get the x equation or the position equation, you integrate natin yung velocity with respect to time. So ayan. So at 4 or at 20 meters as the lower limit, and then x as the upper limit, and then yung time is 4 seconds, the upper limit is t. So x minus 20 is equal to negative 8t square divided by 2 plus ct upper limit t, lower limit 4. So x minus 20 is equal to, yan, pwede natin gamitan as negative 4 plus ct of, substitute natin. So simplifying it further, so x is equal to 84 minus 40 squared plus ct minus 4c. So using equation 1, When x is equal to 4 meters, velocity is 16 meters per second. So, substitute lang natin. Velocity 16 is equal to negative 80 plus c. Therefore, it's equal to c is equal to 16 plus 80. And then, for equation 2, substitute lang natin yung value ng x and value ng x. And since we have value of c, substitute natin 16 plus 80. So, simplifying it, minus 64 minus 32t. Rewriting it in a simpler way. So, 40 squared of 16, then 32 minus 16t, and then 84 minus 64. Plus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore, t would be equal to t is equal to 2 seconds. And then, substitute natin para makuha natin yung value ng c. 16 plus 8 multiplied by 2 is equal to 32. So, we have velocity equation kanina. Substitute lang natin yung value ng c with 32. And then, equating 0 sa v. Therefore, t would be equal to 4 seconds. So, it is, the time is 4 seconds when the velocity is 0. And then, for letter B, the velocity and the total distance traveled when t is equal to 11 seconds. So, kukunin natin yung position niya from 0 to 11, or the total distance traveled. So, at time is equal to 0, nasaan ka yung particle? So, substitute lang natin yung equation natin kanina. So, kindly go back dun sa na-solve natin equation for x. So, ayan, we have 128. So, simplifying the equation, plus 32t. So, negative 128 plus 84 is equal to 44. And then, at time is equal to 0 seconds, x would be equal to negative 44, or 44 going to the negative direction, 44 meters. Then for 11, at 11 seconds, x is equal to so at time is equal to 11 seconds, the position is negative 176. Yan yung solve natin kanina. At time is equal to 0 seconds, the position is negative 44 to the negative direction. And then solving for the position at x is equal to 4 seconds is equal to 20. Then i-plot natin siya just as what we did earlier. So since at the time is equal to 4 seconds, the velocity is equal to 0. So dun left turn yung particle. Therefore, the total distance traveled would be equal to so it is equal to 348 meters. And then velocity at time is equal to 11 seconds is equal to negative 56 meters per second.